Okay, hi everyone. A very good morning to all of you, and I hope we have enjoyed some of the previous lectures of Airport Authority. And here also, I have brought the second lecture. This is going to be for your Mission English, and we are going to cover again some set of vocabulary, one word substitution, phrasal verbs, idiom and phrases, and the list goes on, right? So, some very important set of all the words would be covered. I repeat some of the stuff that is whenever you want some of the documentation, like today also, whatever will be done in the class yesterday also what was done in the class and the previous two lectures, what you have to do is do remember that you need to download the PDF, or that could be even if you join the Telegram channel, or it could be you can say you can simply WhatsApp to the executive and she can give you the documentation or whatever lectures. Like many of my previous lectures are there, and many of the students they have a message on the comments, we're not able to find the documentation. So you can refer to the video and the executive can provide you the PPT or the PDF related to that stuff. So it will be very easy for you. So good morning, Rahul, and good morning, Iyappan. That's the name, Iyappan. If I'm spelling it wrong, I'm sorry. So I hope you are aware, like whatever the words we have done yesterday and previously. Before I say, we'll wait for 1 minute more so that other pop in, because I'm going to start with a very, you can say, new words. This can be, their level is moderate to tough. It's quite easy to score if you're preparing for airport authority. It's quite easy to score 20 out of 20, right? The content, the quality of, you can say, the questions, they are from easy to moderate, basically easy level. Even if you make a habit, consistency of solving the papers previous also, and this is a vocabulary which is the only problem, like that is the only problem where the students they have a gap of getting the full marks. Even if you fill this, you will be able to score complete marks. So it depends on you if you have to maintain the consistency or no, right? So yeah, so Yapan is there and Rahul, only two are there. I think we can start now with this stuff. This is the main things we are going to target, and it is your one word substitution, vocabulary, and idioms and phrases. One proverb section is also there, like proverb section is there in airport authority. And that varies from one. Like in shift two, there was one proverb. Otherwise, it was not. So in the next, I'm going to combine some of the proverbs also. So all the grammatical components like this, that can be covered in a single go, and you have a lot of variety of words. Yeah, man. Oh, sure. We will have regular sessions only if you guys are quite regular and if you have good kind of, you can say, consistency. If see, it goes nothing of mine, I just have to deliver the lecture. That's not a big thing, because already also we have already been versed in taking the lectures. It depends on the students, like if they are maintaining the consistency, it motivates the teachers that yes, they are very regular, so you have to give them the best of material. So that is why the moment you told yes, we want a lecture tomorrow, I prepared again. So it is, we just require approximately a day before I need to be preparing myself, but otherwise you just guys need to maintain the consistency and revise the words regularly. That's what I demand from your side. And whenever the lecture closes, it's you can say it's done, download the PDFs. Maintain the consistency by downloading the PDF so that all the vocab section, see, it's, you guys are budding engineers, you have done your engineering and all that. You have lost the touch from English and some of the good words, flavor of good words also you have lost. So that is what needs to be revived. And what is the meaning of revive? Anyone who can tell me what is the meaning of the word revive? Every time, whatever I speak, I'm going to give you number of words so that you keep on adding like how many words we have done today. And approximately in this hour, we are going to cover more than 50 words. Yesterday also we did near to 70 words. Today also 50 words. Every day, if you maintain this consistency, obviously it is going to pay you in good run, right? So what is the meaning of, if I ask you revive? How many of you know? Only one? Participate. बचाव करना अनुपम, अनूप. सोचो. Let others also pop in, and then I'm going to start the lecture also. Till then, you just tell me what is the meaning of the word revive. Easy word. Memorizing the things, very good. When you are trying to memorize the things, revive karna, recall karna, yaad karna, whenever you are trying to recall something, you know, whatever you are discussing some words with me, you might have read in your literature, if you have read in 10th or 12th till that, There is a memory, that is your conscious level, it's unconscious, subconscious, and the conscious, right? So your these words were already there in the subconscious. When I'm trying to revive it, I'm trying to revise it, they are coming back to the conscious level, because on an average a mind can store only 2000 to 3000 words on daily frequency, 800 on conscious level and 2000 to 3000 on subconscious. So that is what I'm trying to bring all the words on your back to subconscious level. Okay, so let's ask one very interesting word from yesterday. Who can tell me the meaning of the word? Let's see who types first. Knave. What is the meaning of the word knave? Before we begin with the new words, tell me fast. Rajni has done it. Great. Cheater. What is the meaning of the word Fabian policy? I hope till the time I am writing, I just move back and the answer is written. What is the meaning of Fabian policy? Very good. Delaying policy, right? The action of delaying. So now let's start with the new one. The vocabulary we are going to start. This is little, you can say it's 20 number. Just be ready and we are going to maintain it out. Okay. So very first word, a simple word for you guys. First is lethargy. Lethargy. What is lethargy? When you're quite lazy, when you are in inactive state, when you like do not want to do anything, right? Sluggish. Sluggish also means the same thing. Sluggish. That is inactive, very lazy, do not want to do anything. That is lethargy, right? The state of idleness, the state of sluggishness, the state of laziness. Tupper, you can miss it out. It's not frequently asked word, right? So first word, very easy. We should start with an easy to the higher level. So first, easy one, right? So it's lethargy, that means lazy. Second, yesterday I have done some words with you. Who can tell me the word meaning of choleric? Who can tell me the meaning of the word sanguine? Who can tell me the meaning of the word temperament? This slide carries all the important words. And then comes melancholy, right? So, sure, Rahul, I'll try to correlate out. Okay, melancholy. What is the meaning of melancholy? Melancholy. So it is, yesterday we did these three words also. Melancholy also I have spoken it once. Every person has got number of mood swings, as I told yesterday also. When I am not a morning person, I am a night owl, right? So in the morning, I wake up at a very grumpiest mood. That is very irritant mood. I'm very choleric. I'm very irritable. Like someone even asks me for something, I get irritated very easily. So choleric means something that is very severe. Choleric is used for diseases also. Yesterday I told you about connotative meaning, denotative meaning. So choleric is something severe also. So severe and choleric means something that is bad-tempered or ill-tempered. Sanguine is a person who is very optimistic, very positive in nature. That is termed as sanguine. Melancholy comes with the word of when you are very sad, when you are thinking about your past. Suppose any of one of you could not clear some examination, someone met with a breakup, someone lost his friend, something like that. So that is your melancholious state. That is very sad state is termed as melancholy. And I just listen that it's a meme, famous meme on Instagram. Just listen to the songs of Arijit Singh and you will think about your lover which never exists. So that is a melancholious mood. Something we are very sad. You are into the state of sorrow. You are all gloomy. Good morning, Ritik. Joining late, right? So temperament relates to your mood swings, right? Right? Clear with all these words first. Melancholy, that is, melancholy means you're very sad, you're thinking about the past. Just remember Arijit songs. Everyone remembers Arijit songs. That is this, right? Then is choleric, the irritant one. The sanguine, positive one. Singing, whenever you are singing means you're very happy. Sang, linked to the word sing. When you're singing, you're happy, obviously. So sanguine means a happy mood, an optimistic person. Temperament, the kind of mood swings you have, number of mood swings. That refers to your temperament. Now let's go with the next one. Notorious. Notorious is a person, notori. That refers to someone who has got bad reputation, who is quite famous. Famous to hota hai, the person is famous, but famous for his bad reputation. That is, now who is the person who is all bankrupt? Tell me the name. Who is a person who is all bankrupt and he has gone away from India? Who is that person? Kim Jong. So there are number of bankrupts, if you remember. इंडिया का पैसा लेकर डुबा दो, है ना? Who's one? Vijay. Yeah, everyone loves the name, right? And everyone is aware about the name. Vijay Mallya. Great. So that is something you should remember with the name of Notorious. He's quite famous. Kingfisher, everyone knows about this, right? And the person, we are aware, but these people are known for some bad things. That is what is referred to as notorious. Yeah, Nirav Modi already. And many other people, if I call out, there are a number of, you can say, actors also. Even you will call, let's go back to the Rakhi Samant, famous of many here. So she is also famous, but for her, the kind of, you can say, not for bad reputation, I would say, but for her different activities. What she does, she brings some person, she doesn't bring someone. I don't even understand. The kind of Insta is always filled with all that stuff. And those are the people also, they are getting very much famous. They are coming to the limelight, but only for the reason is that they are doing some things for publicity. And that is also comes in the action of notorious. But notorious is a deep word that is only when you're famous for something, and that is quite for bad reputation, bad things. So that is notorious. Or yeah, I told you I cannot name all the people. You guys gonna get offended. Okay, what is the meaning of offended? Because if I took the name of your favorites, Rakhi Samant, Urfi Jawad, you guys are going to get offended, right? So what is the meaning of the word offend? Offend kya hota hai? What is offended, guys? Tell me fast. See, learn fast, be active. That yes, we are going to learn with every flow, we are going to learn some words. Type it fast. To get hurt, offend होता है बुरा मान जाना. Offensive, देखो offend word आया है offensive चीजों से. Offensive क्या होता है? Negative. There are some friends of yours, right? If you joke with them, they get very bad, they get upset with you, right? But if they joke with you, they are very happy. So there are some friends जो छोटी छोटी बात पे offend हो जाते हैं, नाराज हो जाते हैं. They cannot tolerate. That is offended. नाराज करना किसी को. Like there might be some friends of you जिनसे छोटा सा भी मजाक कर दो. Talk to any girl with a, you can say, loudly. The girl is going to get offended, right? So that is offended means बुरा मानना. Clear? Yeah. To get hurt is also right one. So offend is right. That is offensive. That means बुरा मानना. See, when you are doing the words in vocabulary, you only need to come closer to the words. That does it give negative meaning? Does it give positive meaning? I told you the hack in airport authority. You have 4 options, out of which you just have to check positive, positive, negative, negative. And that is going to help you in decoding the answer. So that is what I tell you, right? Acha, decode karna kya hota hai? Decode to yaad hoga, coding karna or decode karna. Her word, every word which we are trying to discuss, just have it on the conversational level. I tried to told you the word decode. Coding से बना है. Code करना क्या होता है और decode करना क्या होता है. Every word we are going to discuss. In this way, you can have more than 50-60 words in a single class. Yeah. Code होता है coding करना to hide something. If I'm trying to code something, I'm trying to hide something. Decode, I am trying to reveal that thing. I'm trying to open that thing. Decode करना मतलब answer को उसको निकालना, reveal करना, solve करना, right? Now comes to the next term. That is, keep on noting these terms also. The documentation will be provided, but whatever you write with your hands, keep a pen and paper ready always when you're doing this class. Some words you just have to mark. I did number of words. End of the lecture, just see your page and remember how many words I still remember. Because I'm going to give you more than 50-60 words in this lecture. It comes to you also how many of you are going to retain. Okay. Yeah, Rishabh is also right, to crack. Now the meaning of the word pious. Pious का मतलब क्या होता है? That is पवित्र. I don't know Hindi. How do you write pavitra? I forgot it. Pavitra. Yeah, this is the thing, I guess. Pavitra, right? So, Pavitra, that is something that is very pure. Pure hona, Maintain karna. If I say you one idiom also through this, what is the meaning of milk and water? Milk and water का मतलब क्या होगा? Anyone who can tell me the meaning of milk and water? JRP, I could not understand. What is the meaning of left side of March? I could not understand. JRP, I could not understand your question right now. Okay, so you can just tell me again at the end or something because I'm not able to understand. In the screen, which where you are able to find the word? This one? Notorious was there. Then melancholy was there. Then lethargy was there. This is what we have done so far, and some of the words which I told for you. March 2023. This is there. What? Okay, we will discuss. I could not understand, but I will. I understand at the last option. Like, what is the vocabulary is there? Lecture 1 is there. Master English, airport authorities, and March 2023. Okay, March 2023. This is what you are trying to ask the calendar. This is just to catch your points because this is just to a kind of a calendar I'm trying to showcase you. That is just a kind of a pictorial representation, nothing to do with it. So it is just a kind of, you say, no, I tell you what engineers actually do. You saw the marketing strategy. What is a marketing strategy? So if you have a board and you have written something wrong, you won't focus on that. You won't focus on that thing, right? And that is what you're actually doing, right? So this is just a calendar that is being written. Now see, yeah, what is there in pious? Pious means something that is very pure. And I was referring to some idiom also, that is milk and water. What is the meaning of milk and water also? Milk and water means something that is quite weak. दूध में पानी मिला दोगे या पानी में दूध मिला दोगे, पानी में तो दूध मिलाओगे तो अच्छा होगा, दूध में पानी मिला दोगे तो what is going to happen is that is going to speak something that is very weak in nature. That is something that is not solid, that is weak. Okay, how many of you remember Sunny Deol? Because I'm going to ask you one idiom related to it. Okay, no, you will have just 2 months for that. Prepare it accordingly. It's not that. Okay, so how many of you remember Sunny Deol? And how many of you have seen Gadar in that? उससे याद कर लो एक word. That is what I'm going to tell you about iron hand. Iron hand. What do you mean by iron hand? Iron hand का मतलब होता है something that is done with great force, like everything. Remember in that, whenever Sunny Deol comes to your mind, Gadar comes to your mind, 2.5 kilo ka haath comes to your mind, and that is what is the meaning of iron hand. Lohe ka haath, that means with great force. Yeah, with the great force, iron hand means with extra force, with great force. So see, this is a cloud form which you can write whenever that person should come to your mind. This thing should come to your mind. Now let me ask you, whenever virus comes to your mind, what comes to your mind now? Virus के आने से क्या चीज आती है? 3 Idiots virus. This is a way, whenever you are learning the vocabulary, learn it through this way. What you come with the word of Sunny Deol? What comes with the name of virus? Virus से क्या याद आ रहा है? Two hands writing. And what is two hands writing called? Tell me fast. क्या बोलते हैं two hands writing को? Write with 2 hands, but I need a word. What is that word called? Jaldi se bata do. Ambidextrous. Very nice. So such is a thing. Okay, who is a friend who you can say who cannot keep secrets? जो secrets नहीं रख सकता अपने पेट पे. There might be some friends and the girls or even in the boys who cannot keep their secrets in the tummy and they reveal it out. What is that friend called? Tell me fast. We did yesterday. Who is that friend? Tell me 3 friends. Okay, I'm going to ask you about 3 friends. First, who cannot keep secrets. Second, who drinks alcohol a lot. Third, who does not drink alcohol. Tell me all 3 words. Telltale, very nice. Y'all is right. In telltale, the person who cannot keep secrets, who tell all the secrets, who reveal secrets, is called as telltale. अपने किसी फ्रेंड का नाम ही रख दो टेलटेल. Keep your friend's name as telltale. Yeah. Next is dipsomania. That is dipsomania. Very nice. And what is the next one? That is who cannot drink alcohol. Amnesia कैसे आ गया? Amnesia is someone who has loss of memory. Aphasia, someone who has loss of speech. What is this? जो alcohol नहीं पीता, teetotaler, very nice, teetotaler. Everyone is nice in this. Now let's come to the original word here. Pillage. Pillage क्या होता है? That is loot, robbery, plunder, destroy, steal. That is termed as pillage. मतलब जब आप rob करते हो using violence, rob using violence, that is termed as pillage. इससे मुझे एक वर्ड याद आ रहा है. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड अबैंडन? अबैंडन का मतलब क्या होता है? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड अबैंडन? सी, पार्टिसिपेट फास्ट, ट्राई हाउ मच यू कैन रिकॉल. त्याग देना, गिव अप करना. वेरी गुड. एंड पाइलेज का मतलब क्या होता है? पिल ली थी, मतलब नशे की गोली दे देते हैं. whenever they are into that, you give all your stuff, take my stuff, do not, you can say, do any harm to me. So pillage is robbery using violence, when robbery is done with you but it is used using violence. That is termed as abandon. Okay, let me ask you the other word now. Queer. First, let's go with the queer. You might have heard about the recently, why I'm asking you, discussing you this word is, you have heard about LGBTQ community also. Okay, from this you can learn LGBTQ, right? So this is a community, like you call it out as tricolor, rainbow community and all. And recently also, you can say, jurisdiction was passed by Supreme Court on the same-sex marriage. That was also done. So quite related to this, here it refers to as, you have done it out, lesbians, gay, bisexual, transgenders, and this refers to as queer. Queer means something who is strange. It has two meanings, like I told you, as connotative meaning also, denotative meaning also. And you would be very open to discussion, because this is a kind of news which we are discussing with every passing day, and we need to discuss about it. So queers are the one who belong to those community also. They're referred to as strange. And in other words also, if someone is doing some very, you can say, autistic habits, autistic something, that is also referred to as queer. That is something that is strange, something indifferent, something weird. Because see, that is something that is not normal for us. Okay, so that is why it is called as queer. Coming to this word also, because these words come in, you can say, your the liners, sentence completions, or you can say when in newspapers, these are very fancy words or normal words. What is the meaning of the word conventional, and what is the meaning of the word unconventional? Tell me that. What is the meaning of the word conventional? What is the meaning of the word unconventional? See, all the words are very linked. When we are talking about one word, it is not only one single word we will be targeting. It will be multiple words. No, conventional is not easy to grab. Conventional is something that is quite obvious in nature. Yeah, someone, you can say, with a conventional mindset is someone which is quite agreeable in the society. Okay, now if you had, you can say, if we have an Indian society, we knew that arranged marriages are quite conventional over there. Living with your parents are quite conventional, they're quite obvious. Unconventional is when you do something strange, that is not, you can say, quite adopted, quite practical. That is termed as unconventional. Like all the family has a criteria of marrying arrange and all that, but one of you come up and that is, you can say, going for a love marriage. So that is termed as unconventional approach. From there, I also give you some words, if you have heard about the words left wing and right wing. Quite popular words if you read you can say, even newspapers, or you can say, you are very well versed with these things. Pragmatic is practical. Pragmatics has nothing to do with conventional and unconventional. Ram. Pragmatic is something that is practical approach, logical approach, rational approach. So see, when I'm speaking, I'm trying to speak multiple words with a single word. And that is what where you have to learn. Your main purpose should be thinking very wisely. Okay. Now tell me about these words first. Think about it. I'm going to answer you in this case. What is the meaning of left wing? What is the meaning of right wing? How many of you can decode? BGP and CBI. Yeah, I tell you how. Now see, when if you go, just remember one thing, left wing kya hota hai? Left and right. Most of us write through the right hands. That is something which is very you can say accepted. Jiska bol bala hai society mein, jiski chalti hai, that is right wing. Now suppose when Britishers were there, so Britishers were on the right wing, Bhagat Singh, all those people who you can say rose anti to the government, they rose as a left wing. So left wing is someone, yeah, you can call it Marxism, conservative. I'm giving you a very normal approach. It is true when Britishers were ruling, they had the government that was through right wing. But the people who arose, Bhagat Singh, you can call it out as, you can say, number of Mahatma Gandhi also, you can call it in this, Lal Bahadur Shastri, anyone, all those people who were against the massive government, that comes in the category of left wing, right? So this is, all these words are very important. See, when you're going for the vocabulary, you need to understand each and every word in deeper section. What is conventional? Something that is very obvious, something that is accepted in the society. Unconventional, not rarely accepted in the society. Then you had the word left wing, which is you can say arising against the government. Right wing, which is accepted in the government by massive government, something is being ruled. Queer, something that is very much strange. Any problem in all these? See, here only we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. And one of you mentioned about pragmatic also. What was pragmatic? Pragmatic is being practical. Pragmatic is being practical. Clear about all these words? What is the meaning of static then? What is the meaning of static and dynamic? Most easy words to be covered. Anyone? Where are the other ones now? Yapan, Rajni, Zial. No one is speaking now. Rahul. See, where are you guys? Tell me fast. Where does all the words, what is the meaning of all these words? Static and dynamic. Stable hona is static and dynamic is when you are moving. Moving. Okay. So something in motion is termed as dynamic. Let's go with the next one. Remorse. Remorse का मतलब होता है that is when you are very much upset, when you regret about something. जब आप upset होते हो, आप किसी चीज के लिए regret करते हो, remorse करते हो, that is mourning. Mourning भी इसी से याद रख लो, that is one is your this morning, other is your mourning. Other is mourning. Mourning comes as when you are, you can say, grieving. Someone has lost someone and you are trying to console that person. That person is actually mourning. Rona. Uchi uchi rona, that is also termed as mourning. Clear about this term also? So mourning is when you have lost someone and you are crying loudly, right? So that is mourning. Remorse kya ho gaya? When you have regret about something, when you are sad about something, when you have repent, grief about something that you did wrong, and now you're showing some kind of a remorse that yes, due to you something bad happened. That is remorse. Okay, so this is also the next. Now refute. Refute करना क्या होता है? Refute comes from the word refuse करना. Refuse करना भी क्या होता है? When you deny something, when you do not accept something, when you disapprove something, that is termed as refute. So what is refute? Refute means when you deny, when you refuse something, when you do not accept something, that is termed as refute once. Next, remote. Remote is something that is very far, something that is at quite distance. Remote places, that is quite far places, quite aloof places, that is remote, distant places. I'm going to have a test again, everybody. Be at the mark that you are revising everything very carefully. Otherwise, I would be just giving you the lecture. See, my main purpose is your participation, and the other is that you are getting good knowledge. And I want a good participation so that even that is how many of you are able to answer it out, right? So be ready to have good answers at the back. Scorching heat. What is scorching? But is very severe. It बहुत ज़्यादा बुरी वाली heat होना. That is termed as scorching. What is the meaning of fires? Fires is also something very scorching. Okay, can anyone tell me what was the meaning of the word ablaze? Ablaze का मतलब क्या था? We did it yesterday. What was the meaning of the word ablaze? Tell me fast. Ablaze क्या होता था? Ablaze is not cunning. Crafty was cunning. Remember the word crafty. Crafty होता था cunning. Ablaze क्या होता था? Blazing, आग लगना. No. Abandon. Mix क्यों कर रहे हो word? If I say you ablaze, ablaze का मतलब होता था that is your आपको burning fiercely, गुस्सा आना. Crafty मतलब होता था cunning. The one who mentioned the word forgive, condone का मतलब क्या होता था? तो हर चीज को उस तरह से याद रखो, right? Next you have is shrewd. Shrewd का मतलब क्या होता है? बहुत तेज, बहुत चालाक, right? So someone who is very much cunning, someone who is very clever, that is termed as shrewd. Shrewd means someone who is very cunning, very cruel, very crafty. That is termed as shrewd. You might have friends, whenever, see, this picture comes, whenever fox comes, whenever lomdi comes, that is simple. You have to remember it out as shrewd. Static, I told you, something that is fixed, something that is not moving. Opposite of it is dynamic, something that is moving. Now, this is something different word for you. Therapeutics. Therapeutics means something that is relating to the healness of a disease. Slowly and slowly, if you are relating, or you can say healness from some disease, that is termed as your therapeutics. Restoring, curative. कोई भी disease होता है, it takes time to cure. That is termed as therapeutics, right? So therapeutics is when the disease is in the stage of curing. That is also termed as curable. That is something that will be cured with the passage of time. That is therapeutics. Like someone has typhoid or something like that. That would be cured. It is a curable disease, and the state with the person is reviving, restoring all the lost, you can say, RBCs and all that, the cells which is being fighting out. So that is termed as therapeutics. Next, you have the terms urbane. Do remember 3 4 words left, and then it's going to be your test. I'll give you a revision, quick revision of the vocabulary first, and the test is going to be there then. What is the meaning of the word urbane? Urbane, urban से याद रख लो. Urbane का word आ गया. जैसे you remember the word. What is the meaning of the word urban? What is the meaning of the word rural? Rural होता है village, right? Urban होता है शहरी, right? तो city life and village life, that is urban is city life, rural is village life, right? So similarly, the people living in city, they are quite fancy, they are quite sophisticated, they are quite polite. That is a kind of a, you can say, myth, a fallacy, a supposition that villagers, they are illiterate, they are uneducated, something like that. And people in the city, they are quite modern, they are quite sophisticated. So with that, you can say, you can remember urbane comes from the word urban, and that is someone who is very refined, very polished, and very sophisticated. Okay, so remember it from the word urban. Urban means city life, city life means urbane, urbane means someone who is polite, refined, and polished in nature. Clear? Next, vigilance. Vigilance is that is under some checking, CCTV cameras and all that. When you're under the supervision of someone, when you are under the supervision of someone, when you're under the check of someone, that is termed as vigilance. Alertness, attentiveness, caution, watchfulness, that is your vigilance. विजिलेंस क्या हो गया? सर्विलेंस पे रहना, देखना किसी चीज को, सीसीटीवी कैमरास में यू कैन से रिकॉर्डिंग्स करना. So that is under the check. Vehemence. Vehemence means when it is a strong force. Okay. Passion, obsession, that is termed as vehemence. Vehemence comes from the word that is, you can say you have a lot of force which you are applying over something. Vehemence, strong passion, strong emphasis, जोर लगाना किसी चीज पर. If you are reviving the words right now, you are quite vehement in nature. That is, you are focusing, concentrating on some words. That is vehemence. Winsome. Winsome means when you're winning something. Winning something, that is always a positive word. A girl can be winsome. That is someone who is very beautiful, someone who is very captivating, charming, delightful. So all these words come for the category of winsome. Winsome is someone who is extremely beautiful. Okay, so that is winsome. Yearn, you want to aspire, if you really want to clear. Vehemence is that surveillance is right. And whenever you're going for the word like this, vehemence, it is simply, you will call it out as, if I give you some example. you're applying, you have a strong passion towards something, right? So if I say it out, you are applying all your efforts that you want to clear this examination and all. So that is you're giving all your passion, all your force towards it. So that is being vehement in nature. Okay. Winsome is being beautiful. Then is yearn. That is you quite are, you can say, craving, crazy, aspire, urging. Yearn karna means किसी चीज को आप बोलते हो ना शिद्दत से पाने की कोशिश करना. So if you remember that famous dialogue of Om Shanti Om. So the person told that if you really want your dreams come true, that is you need to yearn for it. Yearning for it means you need to go and you need to move for it. You need to do efforts for it. So yearning means simply craving for something, right? Then you have zeal. Zeal means किसी चीज को बहुत passionate से करना. Zest and zeal, right? So zest and zeal means both are the words. In your junior classes also, you might have written the line, we celebrated Diwali with great zest and zeal. Zest and zeal का मतलब क्या होता है? जोरों शोरों से हमने celebrate की दिवाली को. So that is which you did with great enthusiasm. Great, you can say, with great joy, pompous, pomp and show. So all comes in the category of zeal. And the last is zenith. Zenith we did yesterday also. Acme करा था हमने. Who remembers the word acme? We did two words. Acne also we did. Acme also we did. How many of you remember both the words? Acne and acme. Acne means pimples, right? And acme means the highest point of something. Similarly, means zenith. Zenith means the highest point of something, right? So this is zenith. Now see, all the 20 words we have done. Before I begin with the next, I am going to revise all the words previously, and then I'm going to have a short test of 5 words where you will have a mixture. One word will be of yesterday, or it can be idiom, or all can be of today also. Okay, so let's have a quick revision. Just listen it carefully, because then you have the next topic. Everyone ready? Obviously, tell me any doubts in the vocabulary before I move with your test. Is everyone ready to give the test now? Whenever I have a word test, the number of, you can say, participants reduce. Is it so? You should not. You should be very lively. Okay. Chalo. Rest. Ready. First word. Lethargy. Someone who is very lazy. Melancholy. When who is very sorrow, full of sadness, very upset. That is melancholy. Notorious. Someone who is famous but for bad things. A person who has earned bad reputation. That is notorious. Pious. Something that is very pure. Something that is holy, spiritual. That is termed as pious. Pillage, that is a kind of, you can say, robbery, theft and all. That is called as pillage. Queer. Queer means something that is very much strange, something that is not normal. That is termed as queer. Then you have remorse. Remorse means when you're upset about something, when you're sad about something, when you repent that you did wrong and now you want forgiveness for that thing. That is remorse. Refute. Refuse karna. Refute, refuse. That is you deny something. You do not agree to that thing. That is refute. Remote, quite far. Whenever you're finding the TV remote, it is always far and you have to call your siblings to give that. So that is where the remote is. Remote is far place, distant place. That is remote. Scorching, scorching, very high heat, like something you call it out as a tough one. High heat or something that is burning fiercely, that is scorching. Shrewd. Shrewd means someone who is very clever, cunning in nature. That is shrewd. Static. Static means something that is fixed, something that is not moving, something that is not changing. That is static. Therapeutics. Therapeutics means when you are restoring yourself from some disease, when you are healing in a healing process, that is termed as therapeutics. Urbane. Urbane means when you're very sophisticated, very modern. That is termed as very classy in nature, polite in nature. That is termed as urbane. Then you have the word vigilance. That you are. Scorching means something that is scorching heat पड़ रही है, बहुत तेज heat पड़ रही है, बहुत you can say in a heavy run. That is termed as scorching. It's not scorch, it's scorching, Ram. Then you have is vigilance. Vigilance is under some check, under some surveillance. That is termed as vigilance. Vehemence, when you have a strong passion for something, when you have strong desire for something, force for something, that is vehemence. Winsome, something that is very beautiful, something that is very charming, delightful, that is termed as winsome. Yearn, when you're craving for something, when you're desiring something, when you want something, that is yearning. Zeal, zeal means with great zest, great passion, you want that thing, that is zeal. Zenith, the highest point of something, that is zenith. Is everyone done with the words so that I can ask you? All of you, how many of you are ready? Is everyone ready? Any problem so far? After that, I'm going to move to the next topic. Okay. 5 words in a single line. You have to mention it out. And I am going to give you all the 5 words. Do remember, note it down, be active. Just have 2-3 minutes for this. Okay. The very first word is your notorious. All 5 words in one go I want. Okay. Second is yearn. Third is static. Fourth is urbane. And fifth is winsome. Tell me all 5 words. Fast. 1 minute and all together in one go. Let's see who answers all 5 in one go correct. Tell me fast, because next is going to be very interesting. Next topic is very interesting. Continue. Okay, so Rajani has mentioned first, defaulter, yawn is urged, static is fixed, being polite, and urban is being polite. Yeah, you can call it out. And beautiful. Very nice. I think Rajani wins as of now. Appa also wrote it right, but Rajani has a hand because he answered, I think the person answered at the very first run. So Rajnikant, obviously, the person wins when you answer all 5 together and with the speedy one. Rest, everyone is right though, but I'll give mark to Rajni. Now we are going to start with essential idioms and phrases. Now be very attentive in it, because at the end, similarly, let's see who wins a pointer now. Okay. Now very first is hand and glove. Now do remember, when you're wearing hands, your hands are there and you're wearing gloves. What are the gloves for? Gloves are when you are keeping your things intact, close. So if someone is hand and gloves for you, someone who is very close to you, कोई आपके बहुत ज़्यादा close होगा, that is called as hand and gloves. The person who is very close to you is called as hand and gloves. A very intimate friends. Now 2 friends, they are hand and gloves to each other. Matlab, the ones who are inseparable, the ones who are very, very close to each other, they are hand and gloves. Next you have is hand and shoulder. Now see, hand and shoulder or head and shoulder, both the things. Now you see, this is the higher level, your shoulders, that is the higher level. So that is someone who is counting. And even if you have batches for something, like if you go become lieutenant and if you're in that run, you have stars on your shoulders. So this thing marks your supremacy, right? So hand and shoulder marks your supremacy, that you are superior to someone. So head and shoulder means being superior. So whenever you have batches, whenever you have stars, you have it on your shoulders, and this marks as your superior thing, as your supremacy thing, right? So that is supremacy. Next is helter skelter. Helter skelter. Helter skelter means idhar udhar, right? So helter skelter means yahan wahan or here and there. So this is a way, like things are placed in the room helter skelter, or things are placed in the room here and there. So that is why helter and skelter, here and there. So these words you should use very regularly in your routine also. Like when your mother comes, you can say, ma'am, your room is all messy. It's all helter and skelter. Though your mother's room will always be clean, but just to have a point against her, so you can say like that, right? So helter skelter, that is when your room is very bad state. Herculean. Yesterday also I told you about Herculean task, Achilles point. Herculean task is a task which requires immense efforts and a long time duration. That is Herculean task. Long time is required, hard efforts are required. The examination to clear civil services, that is which requires prelims, mains, and that is, you can say, your interview is there. Even if you are making your house, your own house, the construction time is quite long and you have a desire to do all the activities, that is also called as Herculean task, or something that is a very tough and a tedious job. Then is whole and corner policy. अब whole किसी corner पे जाके, if you are going in a corner to make some policy, that means the policy always has some evil purpose. Because if you are making a policy on an open table, the policy will have some shortcomings that will be corrected also. But if you make a policy at the corner of a house, that is called as hall and corner policy. That is, you are targeting for some evil purpose, for some bad purpose, if some policy is being formulated. So the officers have adopted whole and corner courses to get his PA transferred. किसी PA की transfer करवानी थी तो क्या किया उन्होंने, whole and corner policy को adopt किया. Clear? Next you have is kith and kin. Kith and kin means all your blood relatives, all, you can say, acquaintances or the blood relatives or the close relations, all falls in the category of kith and kin. Kin क्या होता है, your you can say राज्य, जैसे जैसे आगे चलता है, kith, closer ones, your relatives, right? So kith and kin means your closer relatives, your blood relations. Leave no stone unturned. कोई भी पत्थर को टर्न करना छोड़ा नहीं, like you did all the efforts to crack the examination or something. Like suppose you are preparing for this examination and your consistency, the kind of, you can say, the efforts you are going to give, that is going to mark, that is going to leave no stone unturned. That is, you are going to make all the possible efforts to crack something, right? So making all the possible efforts, that is called as leave no stone unturned. Then you have is live wire. Live wire hoti hai, that is someone who is very energetic. Touch a, you can say, wire which has a current passing through it, you will be all shaking your body, and that is the state of being into energetic. So live wire means when you are very much energetic, when in the state full of energy, that is live wire. Okay. Milk and water, as I told you again, milk में पानी मिला दोगे, if you fill, if you give some water inside the milk, it is going to have lower kind of, you can say, protein level or everything. So it is means milk and water means weak. Milk and water means something that is having not good quality. So that is poor quality or being weak in nature is termed as milk and water. And null and void, null means zero, void means khali. So that is simply null and void means of no use. When there is something that is of no use, that is termed as null and void. So the law was passed by legislature, was declared null and void by Supreme Court. Now see, these were very easy. I think 10, all the 10 were very easy. Let me revise and ask you quickly the questions. See, I just want, are you all in active state or no? Give me thumbs up if you're in active state. Otherwise, I'm going to pause it out for some time, that if you are feeling some kind of lethargic, tell me. Or we should discuss something else, 1 to 2 minutes. Because sometimes you are going, I'm bombarding you with lots of vocabulary, lots of words. It becomes boring for you. Okay, only Yappan is in active state. Rest. Rishabh is in active state. Who else is in an active state? Neha, Anup, Rahul. Everyone, how many of you are in active state? Tell me fast. Only 3. 3 people are active state. Rest. Rajni is also. Rajni is like cheers. Okay. Show your participation then, guys. Are you able to learn the words? Sharon has pink hands. Okay, geeks home. Very good. I am very happy when you guys are learning something. So, okay, tell me now. Okay, is it a new one, pink hand? It has just come nearly to the YouTube, or it's before also? I've seen for the first time. Nice one. Okay. So, okay, tell me one thing. How many of you are having any kind of a doubt? First, ask me that. Then I'm going to ask you some test also. Any doubt to anyone? No one? Let me revise and ask you questions. Now, this time I'm going to ask you 10 questions. 5 from the vocab, 5 from this. Let's see who wins and make it sure you have your fast typing speed ready. I will be checking 1, 2, 3. The top 3 who actually answers all the 3 things correct. And that is going to show me who is actually active and showing massive participation. Okay, so let's revise quickly. Hand and gloves, someone who is very close to you, someone who is very intimate to you, that is hand and gloves. Hand and shoulder, shoulder, that means where you have badges, where you have stars, that is termed as superior, supremacy, that is hand and shoulder. Helter skelter, helter skelter means something that is here and there, idhar udhar, that is termed as helter and skelter. Then you have Herculean task. Herculean task is something that is a very tough task that requires lots of time and lots of efforts. That is Herculean task. Hall and corner policy, a secret policy that is made for some kind of a evil purpose. That is hall and corner policy. Kith and kin, your blood relatives, your acquaintances, that is kith and kin. Leave stone, no stone unturned. Do all the efforts which are required, that is leave no stone unturned. Live wire, full of energy. Milk and water, when you are very weak in nature. Null and void, when something is of no use, that has nothing to do with it, no application. Now, all of you, be ready. All are ready? Can I start asking you 10 questions? 5 from one word, 5 from the idioms, vocabulary, all 5. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All ready? Great. Let's see who answers fast. I'm going to ask all the words now. Okay, so very first I'm going to ask you is just write all together, not single one I require. Sure. Okay. Second you have is your zenith. Third is your zeal. Fourth is your queer. And fifth is your melancholy. Then the sixth, in the case of your idioms and phrases. Be ready, all 10 together, I need it out. Okay, so I'm going to ask you about Herculean task. Then I'm going to ask you about helter and skelter. Then hand and gloves. Then let me ask you related to some, not for H, but I can ask you Kithenkin, easy one. And let me ask you one, and that is null and void. Now all 10 written. I'm giving you 1 to 2 minutes. Write all the answers together now. First 3 winners. Last time I think Rajni was the winner. Let's see who 3 people win this time. 1 minute to all of you. Anoop gave, Zyal gave, and Rajni gave. Let me check with first Anoop. Anoop, clever की spelling गलत कर दी है Anoop. Clever, peak point, zeal is enthusiasm. Queer, अजीब नहीं करना. I'm going to add, subtract the marks. If you're writing in Hindi, you have to write in English. Zyal is also writing. Zyal only 5, not rest. Rajni is again with crafty, apex and all. Sharan is all right. Okay, so I think Anoop, but only for 2 things, 2 answers in a Hindi mode. I think Rajni is also right and Sharan is also right. Zyal did not answer complete. Zyal, you do not know the next ones? Where is Zyal? सारे नहीं आते? Tell me first. Calculative, acme, not normal, sadness, tough job, here and there, very intimate, blood relation, no use. Very nice. Rahul, good one. So great. I think some of you are able to understand. Neha is there with astute, peak, zest, weird, hard job. Okay, here and there, very close, blood relatives without force. It's not without force. Null means of something that is no use, which has got no use. That is null and void. It is not you force one. If I've given you iron hand, that would have been force 1. Okay. There is also Achilles point, if you have heard one, Achilles. So what does it mean also? Achilles means also someone's weak point. I'll discuss you with you in the next lecture, all these. So let's start with the last portion and then an ending test for you guys. Okay. So I won't take your more of the time. I want you to be in an active state throughout the lecture. I don't want to keep it boring. But by this time also, how many of you have learned? It is approximate 50 words we have done by till now. Okay. I think 40 words, sorry. Approximate 40 words you have done till now. So that is an enthusiasm that you need to make. And 10 more with hair. Okay. So now the very first is extempore. You might have practiced extempore in your junior classes also. What is the meaning of extempore is? Like on spot, if you have to speak something, you are not prepared for that thing. Like in a chat box, you want to choose a topic and you have to speak. So that is a speech that is prepared, that is spoken, but without previous, you can say, rehearsal, without previous, you can say, practice. That is termed as your extempore. A speech without previous preparations or practice, that is termed as your extempore, right? Next you have is eligible. Eligible, you might have seen this word in your this form filling also. Who is eligibility criteria? One who is, you can say, actually fit for the post. So that is eligible, one who is fit for the post, one who is okay, or you can say acceptable for it. Then is insomnia. I've already discussed with you. Insomnia is a person who has loss of sleep, who is not able to sleep. That is insomniac. And many of you, how many, any one of you who is insomniac, or all are kind of kumkarans and they are sleeping more than 8 hours. So that is insomnia, when you have a lack of sleep, when you have a loss of sleep. Aphasia, loss of speech. Amnesia, loss of memory. Then you have your dyslexia and all that, something like you are related to your reading problem or hearing problem. So that is all. Rajni's Kumkaran. Nice. So notorious. Notorious, as I told you already, a person who is known for his bad reputation. A person like you told about Nirav Modi or all the Vijay Mallya. So something like that. A person who is very famous but only for his bad reputation. Pedantic. Pedantic is a person who is very fake, show off. Like there are some people who just want an iPhone, who want a, you can say, very fancy clothes, and they want to show off themselves. Even if they are all dumb, they are aware of not even a single knowledge. That is termed as pedantic. Or if you enter someone's house, they are showing the interior so beautiful and they are just trying to showcase the amount of money they have. That is being pedantic in nature. Pedantic means being show off, being artificial, being fake in nature, or a style in which author displays his knowledge. Now see, when you're writing something, even you can write it in simple words, and I always admire the people, whenever you are, my main purpose is not to make you learn the exact definitions which I am writing it for you. That is your understanding, and the way you are writing, that matters much more than my writing for you, right? So that is what I say you, be very original, be very naive in these things. Pedantic means a complete show off. If I bring lots of fancy words in front of you and I start speaking with you in the all fancy run, that is being pedantic in nature, being a complete show off in nature, right? Next you have is red tapeism, that we always say hierarchy. Government has got red tapeism because you have to follow complete channels, complete procedures, clerical level, then the, you can say, upper, you can say, division level, then you have you can say the major level, and it goes on, like it's a number of steps, and they keep on filing, passing the files. Many of you have seen the episodes of Office. It was quite old ones, when we were quite, you can say, in our nurseries or something. Those episodes were there. Office was there, and some very beautiful episodes. They actually try to depict the red tapeism. Like government is all about giving your things to one to another table, and because of this, many of the things get delayed. If you go for the court and if you go for the civil cases, the property cases, much of the cases, the decisions are being announced even when the owners they have died, and that is termed as red tapeism, because the kind of amount of channels which one have to go through is quite much, too much official formalities. That is red tapeism. Usurer, that is a money lender. Now there are some money lenders who give you the money, but at a very high interest rate. Bank gives you loans. The housing board loans are available for the government officials also. What they do is they have a very simple interest on the amount, but there are some people who give you the, you can say, the amount, but they apply lots of heavy taxes, lots of heavy, not I will say taxes, but huge interest on those. So that is called as usurer. Usurer means someone who lends the money at a very higher rate. So that is usurer. Usurer means use kar rahe ho aap kisi ko. You are using someone for your own benefit, right? So you are using someone because of your own benefit. Because you do not have the money, the other person does not have the money, then you impose huge interest on that person. So that is usurer. So many friends of yours, that is why they call you. The people who deal with finance, they even exploit. That is okay. The finance work is a kind of an exploitation also, because the kind of charges, the kind of interest, the person is making huge money, but the exploitation of the other person is also at a huge run, if the interest and all that. Because the poor, you will say out the poor people, or the poor, you will call it as the people in the rural areas, the villagers, they are not aware about the actual norms which government has brought them, and they take the loans from the landlords and all, and that is what is usurer. That is one who asks for huge interest rate. Then you have the pseudonym. Yesterday I gave you the word anonymous. What is anonymous? Anyone? What is anonymous? What is ambiguous? Tell me fast the two meanings. Yeah, you will call it out, like if you are not aware about the proper channels, the bank can also, anything can lead you to the exploitation if you are lacking the awareness. So that is why what we have to do is we are to being aware. So anonymous is someone who is being unknown. Ambiguous means one which has a hidden meaning, right? Now pseudonym is when, suppose I am writing something, at the end I write a word of my favorite, like I like the word Ria, or I like the word Zia. So I'm not using my name. I'm not using my name Shubha, but I'm using a name Zia. That is a fake name, a kind of name where I don't want to disclose my identity. That is what pseudonym is all about. Anonymous and pseudonym is different in that run. Anonymous is where you do not have to reveal any identity. Pseudonym is using fake name for that thing, right? So when you start using your fake names, that is termed as pseudonym. And many of the authors, like I tell you, in the past in the literature, the girls were not allowed to write. Okay, so when there was a prominent period, Shakespeare was there and every other writer was there. The females, the girls, they were not allowed to participate in the dramas also, like dramas, the theaters, where today you will see the girls are also participating, the boys are also participating. But at that time, the girls were not allowed to write the books or write any kind of a novels. The men used to think that we can understand the females and we can write on their behalf. But then there was the Bronte sisters and all that. You don't have to go inside it, just you have to go for a surface level knowledge about it. So there were some girls who actually started, authors who started writing, but then they started using male names so that their books get published. So that is termed as pseudonym, when you use a fake name for recognition or something like that, right? So that is pseudonym. Now if I call it out, many of the actresses also, they have not their original names. If you call about, I think Kiara Advani and all, they also don't have, that is not their original name. Her original name was, I guess, Alia or something. I might be wrong. Or Preeti Zinta, her name was Preetam Singh and all. So they started using the name which for recognizing. We cannot call it pseudonym because they are not faking their identity. Now understand the difference, right? So they are not faking their identity, but they have started using the other names for themselves, right? So that is pseudonyms, or they are changing their names. So pseudonyms is basically for the books and the authors. And at that time, the girls started, like boys used to write on the behalf of the girls, what girls actually feel. And after a number of years, a book actually got published, 1,000 Ways to Understand a Woman. And that is all blank because even a man cannot decode how to understand a woman in the best possible manner, right? So that is why a woman should be given the charge how to understand a woman, right? Now, phonetics. Now, phonetics is the study of a sound. Whenever I speak something, right? Sometimes the sound, because I tell you, the run, this is a word. Here, when you have this thing, run is there. The description, the kind of, whenever you go for some alphabet, there is always this transcription is there. This is telling me what is the actual meaning of that, right? If I have to say this thing, this is the as language, as tone is there. So the study of sound, how to speak a word, the pronunciation, many of you go for pronunciation, right? So that is not pronunciation, it's pronunciation, right? Or someone of you have many of the words, many people of ours, we spell wrong. That is because we are not aware about phonetics. And phonetics is how to speak a word, how to study a sound of that word. That is termed as phonetics. So study of sound, it is a scientific study of a sound. Okay. So scientific study of sound is termed as phonetics, phonology, something like that. You can understand. Okay. Next you have is orthodox. The way I told you, conventional, unconventional. Orthodox means who are not ready to change their mindset. Like if you go for the adults, that's not their mistake. If you have your grandparents and someone like that who have a kind of a very reserved mindset, they are not ready to change, that is termed as orthodox. Now there are some areas where still honor killing is practicing, love marriage is not allowed, intercaste is not allowed, and if someone does, they kill the other person brutally means very severely. So they kill each other brutally. So what is the reason of that is because still in those areas they have a very narrow mindset, and they are very orthodox in nature, right? So that is orthodox is one who believes in traditional values. So all were very interesting words as of now. Let me revise first with one word substitutions again. Old people, like, yeah, they are, because sometimes some grannies and all that, they're very modern, they are ready to change, ready to adapt. But some people, they're not ready to change. That is not their mistake, because they have grown up in that culture, and it is very difficult to change habits. If we cannot change our habits, how can we accept from our grandparents or someone like that to change? Quite obvious. Whenever we have some kind of a misunderstanding, like I fight with my parents or something like that, so what we come is, if I am not ready to change, how can I accept them from change? How can I expect them to change? Because that is the opinions which people carry, and it is very tough to change. Not we can change. That is why we can say, no, a child is a kind of, you can say, clay. That person, the child can be changed to any level. But the people after 18 or 15, they're very hard to change. That is true. Now, let's revise the words. Extempore, that is a speech that is one without any previous preparation. Eligible, when you're fit for something, that is eligible. Insomnia, when you lack the lots of sleep. Then is notorious, someone who is known for some bad reputation. Pedantic, one who displays very fancy artificial knowledge, a fake word, artificial practice, that is termed as pedantic. Repetitism, a kind of hierarchy, a kind of official rules, the channels which you are to deal with, that is red tapeism. Usurer, person who lends money at a very heavy rate, at a high interest, that is termed as usurer. Pseudonym, when you're using fake name, when you're not trying to reveal your real identity and you use a fake name, that is pseudonym. Phonetics, when it is a scientific study of sound, how you need to actually speak a word, that is termed as phonetics. Like it is, many of you will say analysis. It's not analysis, it is analysis. So there are some words that you need to fit in what is the actual study of sound. Orthodox, orthodox means when you are not ready to change your traditional beliefs, when you're not ready to change, that is termed as orthodox. So any problem till now, or you want a quick revision? Now tell me fast, because we did today approximately 60 to 65 words we have done till now, right? Pseudonym is when you're using fake name, when you are not revealing your identity and I'm using some other name, the kind of, you can say, depiction I gave you for the female writers, right? The female writers were there, that is, they do not used to write with their own names. What they used to do is they used to write with the names of the male, because otherwise their writings would not get published. That is pseudonym, fake names. Pedantic is when you're trying to show off. If I So pedantic is when you're trying to show off, that is pedantic. Okay, so pedantic is being show off, being in an artificial word. Now tell me any other problem till now. Fast. Any problem to any person, or you want a quick revision right now? Let's discuss some of the problems, and we have good time. We are, have done synonymous synonym means same meaning. Synonymous is not that. If you are talking about, I could not understand. Any problem to any person, tell me first. Contemporaries, everything we discussed yesterday. Anyone who remembers, should I take a short test again? Tell me fast. Any problem, guys? Now, see, it's very easy. The words were very easy. If we maintain a regular consistency, there is, you can see, you can easily go for 50 to 100 words. Like right now, also, if you will measure, if you will download it out, if you will check how many words we wrote today, they were far more than near to 60 words in 1 hour, and you can say 10 minutes. That was the time in which we have already done. So, that is through mutual efforts, right? If we are making mutual efforts, and if we are like, I'm also preparing some work with you, you are participating with me, that is giving me also motivation to bring some lectures for you. So that is a kind of a teamwork. It's not single effort of mine, it's efforts of you also. You guys are participating, right? So if this is the consistency we need to maintain, so that your vocabulary, actually you cannot learn, if I say, you ask you right now 60 words, yesterday is also 70 words, day before yesterday also 20 words, more than 100 to 200 150 words we have covered. So how many of you remember it out? That remembers on revises on you also. How many of you are actually maintaining a notebook? How many of you are downloading the PDFs and you are revising it out? That is the only run which you can do now. Now ask all the questions if you have. You want a revision? First tell if you want a revision, or will you download the PDF? That will be done from your side. Tell me fast. Rahul, Rajni, Sharan, Neha, all of you guys. Yappan. Test, Sagar. You want a revision or just a test now? Last now, test or revision? I'll ask you 10 words. Revision, 5 words. 5 is okay, huh? 5 or 6. Revision or test? Tell me fast. Revision or test? Revision? Downloading, I told you at the very start yesterday also. If you need to download the complete PDF, either you can go through the Telegram channel. Telegram channel is there. YourPedia Airport Authority. You can go to the channel, the documentation. All my documentations of the lectures which I'm taking are there, right? In case you have query and you're not able to find it, because many students are there, ma'am, we are not able to find it. So there is a number of executive that will be there in the description. In the yesterday's also description, it might be added till now. So you can WhatsApp that girl, WhatsApp that person executive, and she will give you all the documentation. You just have to tell me your exam, your hello, and she will tell you which lecture you want, and you can take the PDF, right? So it's not having any cost and all that. If you think that is we will be charged something, no, it's just a PDF and you can have it right now. Okay, so do not forget to download. That is what I give you someone, that you just have to download the PDF and you have to make your notes. Right, on your own also, notes are very much important, and these GIFs actually help you in learning the things. Whenever a fox comes to your mind, it is all you are talking about something that is very crafty. Okay, so let's have a quick revision, guys. 5 minutes revision done, your test started, and then the doubts, and then we are going to end the lecture. Okay, so very first, lethargy. Lethargic means someone who is very tired. Melancholy, when you're very sad, when you're very gloomy in nature. Notorious, when you are famous for the bad things, that is termed as notorious. Pious, when something is very pure, something is pavitra, or something that is free from all the bad things, that is pious. Pillage, plunder, looting, robbery, that is termed as pillage. Queer, something that is very strange, something that is very bad, odd, that is queer. Remorse, remorse, you can call it out. You are repenting over something. You have done something bad and now you regret. That is remorse. Then you have refute. Refute means refusing, saying no to something, disapproving. That is refute. Then you have remote, something at a very distant place, something at a very far place. That is remote. Then you have scorching, something that is very sharp, something that is very severe, something that is very fierce. So that is scorching heat. बहुत तेज धूप होना is termed as scorching. Shrewd, something who is very cunning, very crafty, very clever. That is shrewd person. Static, at a very stage, that is very simple stage, normal stage, that is static. Therapeutics, therapeutics is when you're in the stage of recovery. Suppose you suffered from COVID, someone suffered from typhoid, the person actually lost number of cells and the cells were at a recovery stage, so that is termed as therapeutics. Urban, someone who is very sophisticated, very nice, cultured, learn from the word urban. Urban means city life. In city life, you have to remain quite sophisticated. Then vigilance, when you're under the check, when you're under the surveillance, watchfulness, that is vigilance. Vehemence, with strong force, strong passion, is termed as vehemence. Winsome, something that is very beautiful, that is winsome. Yearn, when you are you can say craving for something, when you're urging for something, when you're aspiring for something. Zeal, with great zest, with great passion, that is termed as zeal. Zenith, highest point, acme, that is termed as zenith. Then you have as hand and gloves. Hand and gloves means when you have very close relation with someone. Head and shoulder, that is your shoulder, that represents superiority, or you can say some level of supremacy. Then you have helter skelter. Helter skelter means here and there. Then you have Herculean task, a task which requires, it's quite slow, it requires immense efforts and number of time, the mass number of time is involved, that is Herculean task. Hall and corner policy, when a policy is being formulated for some evil purposes, that is hall and corner policy. Kith and kin, your blood relation, your relatives or your acquaintances. Then you have leave no stone unturned. That is when you are doing all the possible efforts. You guys are doing all the possible efforts to crack the exam. So you're attending the classes, you are maintaining the consistency, and you're learning the all the vocabulary based difficult words also. That is you're leaving no stone unturned. Live wire, that means being energetic in nature. Milk and water means when a person is quite weak, that is termed as milk and water. Null and void, something that is of no use, zero value, that is null and void. Then you have as extempore, a speech that is spoken but without any previous preparation, that is your extempore. Eligible, when you are fit for something. Insomnia, when you're not able to sleep, when your sleep is incomplete, that is insomnia. Notorious, a person who has gained lot of bad reputation, who is quite famous but for bad reputation. Pedantic, a person who is full of, you can say, show off, artificialness, that is being pedantic in nature. Reptipism, when you're involved with too much formalities, you have lots of formalities to conquer, that is being into reptipism. Usurer, that is, usurer means when you are giving money to someone, the money is being taken by someone with huge interest rate, that is usurer. Then you have pseudonym, when you're using fake names for someone. Phonetics, the scientific study of sound, the kind of way we speak. It's not analysis, it's analysis. It's not pronunciation, it's pronunciation. It's not pizza, it's pizza. So there are a number of words, that is a scientific study of the words. Orthodox, when you believe in very traditional value, something that is very narrow, that is you are not ready to change, accept the change, that is orthodox. And that's all. So good amount of words have been done. Bring up your doubts and then a test, right? So I'm going to write a test also. Be ready with your keypads, guys. Be ready with your keypads. Before that, any problem to anyone? Any problem to anyone? I'm going to ask you 6 words. 3, 4, 5, 6. Collection of all the idioms, phrases, and everything. Okay. So all together. Now, first is your live wire. Second is your insomnia. Third is your Fabian policy. Fourth is your extempore. Fifth is your Herculean task. 5, and let's go for one more, and that is your 6th one, and it is pedantic. Write all 6 fast. Yeah, Marcus, please go with your doubt. Any doubts you have, you can drop in the comments and you can ask. Let's see who answers the 6 correct. Rajni is all ready. Okay, Rajni also answered. Energetic, lack of speak, delaying process, instant speech, heavy task, okay, and showy knowledge. Very nice. Great. So Rajnikant won. Two more are being required, like top three who actually wins the last lecture. So Rahul did. Rahul is energetic, delayed decision. Rahul, loss of session. It's not session. Uh, I think Rahul is energetic, delayed decision. Rahul सारे ही नहीं किए अभी तक आपने. Then is Ayappan. Ayappan ने loss of session. Loss of session is wrong. Loss of sleep 5. Energetic. Okay, Ram is energetic, full of loss of sleep, no rehearsal, difficult task, and show off. Right, Ram is all right. And then Sharan, energetic, lack of sleep, speech without preparation, tedious job, and knowledge. So we have three winners till now who did at the very fast. That was Rajni, that was I think Ram and Sharan. Because in this, Yappan also told second one loss of session. Rahul did not complete, and Kartike also did not complete. Rest, Anup is also answering right. Ziol is also right, right? It's on spot production. Right now, also, you guys are doing extempo because I'm asking you again, and you're on spot, you're preparing for it. No, we have revised also. So, any problem, guys, now? Good that you learned, and I'm happy that something got retained in your mind. Retention is very important. Retention means the kind of things that are still in your mind. So any problem, Fabian policy is the process of delaying, like something you put to delay. Like I told you about the court decisions on civil cases, property cases. They have a habit. Let's go to the next next state, then they announce the next state. So next is being announced, and that is a kind of a Fabian policy, the policy of being delaying something. That is this. So any problem, guys? It was a good one. I enjoyed the lecture. I hope you too enjoyed the lecture. So any problem to anyone? We had the 3 continuous lectures this week, right? So every time we were discussing, 2 times we have done with the airport authorities, that previous year also we have discussed, 2 times the session also. So 4 sessions we have done this week approximately. Any problem to anyone? Quickly tell me. And do not forget to download this PDF also, yesterday's PDF also. So what comes, keep on as a downloading document, right? Tariq pe tariq, right one, Ram. So it's very nice Fabian policy. Remember it like that. Telltale कौन है, teetotaler कौन है, adversity क्या होता है, जो हमने कल भी करे थे. It is not, make it a habit of practicing 1-3. Whatever we did first day, revise it third day. Whatever we did second day, revise it fourth day. So that it does not, you can say, lose your impact on your minds, right? So any other policy, I'm asking any other problem, anyone, any question, any doubts, any suggestions, all 3 things are being welcomed from your side. See, it is all about taking 1 hour or one and a half hour lecture, and if at the end you are getting lots of tons of words are being remembered by you, great, because I don't think so at your home you are going to sit and you are going to cover 70-80 words on your own and an average. No, live wire being energetic, and you have to be in that energy level. You not have to be lethargic. I started with the words lethargic, but I want to end it on the basis of live wire. Okay, so you all guys need to be live wires right now, and you need to be very much energetic for your preparation. Any suggestions, tell me fast, most welcome. And then I bid you farewell, and I'll meet you again very soon according to your recommendations and suggestions. So go ahead for any doubts and suggestions. Last 1 minute. Okay, ad came in disruption. So ad, I cannot help with the ad, but in Telegram we have blueprint wise ma'am to another subjects also. I actually do not know only about that. Yappan, that is about other subjects. I'll discuss and I'll get back to you. In the another live teachers also you can discuss with them, right? So yeah, grammar based questions, fill in the blanks. I am planning a complete marathon for airport authority in the case of parts of speech. Like parts of speech, a quick revision from nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, everything in a complete marathon. That can be very helpful for you in preparing this examination, honestly. Tenses, everything in one go. That would be there. Okay. So, right. Any problem other than this? Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, I'll bring one marathon for whatever I'm trying is vocabulary. We keep on discussing, because if I give you a documentation only for vocabulary, that you won't do it on your own. Parts of speech marathon can be there, close test, and PYQs we are already discussing so far. So close test, yeah, close test is that only where we have to go for parts of speech. So that will be done. And I told you, keep on dropping your suggestions in the comments, because I do make a plan accordingly. How many students actually prefer? If you have see a proper, you have a drop in the comments, and many students are actually asking for that, even I cannot resist in providing that to you, right? So it depends on your level also. If one or two are asking, I feel it out, that could be done on the personal level also, like just we provide the document. But if many are asking and many are into that need and supposition, it will be planned accordingly. Okay, so do drop your suggestions, feedback, and I hope you enjoyed the class. Keep on motivating in this run only, and we will meet soon according to your needs and according to the kind of you can say whatever the practices you demand from my side. Okay, so take care and have a nice day, and we will meet super soon. Bye bye.